Carl here. The channel is Programming in Any Language. The supporting website is programminginanylanguage.com or black-duck.com. They both take you to the same place. And it's a place where you'll find the videos and PDFs of the code in most cases. The video is the Anything Database version 3 part 7, deleting a record. Deleting a record is really the first half of editing without the ability to make changes. Essentially, you navigate to the record you want to delete. Once the record is displayed, you click delete and the record or structure is removed from the list. That's it. Of course, thinking about the user, it is probably a good idea to ask them if they're sure and allow them to cancel the operation if they so desire. Let's take a look. Now that editing a record is complete, it's time to take a look at deleting a record. There are times you may want to remove a record from your database. In this case, we're going to be positioning to a particular record in the field and simply delete it, make it not part of our database anymore. How do we do that? Well, we're going to find that in this, the Anything Database version 3, part 7, deleting a record. Delete is shown right here, and it's relatively short and simple, as you can see. We're simply going to press the delete button, remove the selected record, and display our count, which will be decremented by 1. Let's take a little closer look at this thing, and here it is right here. Delete button. Remove selected record and display the record count. Obviously, we're not seeing here is the navigation to that record. We need to get to the record first and then press the delete key. So the user is going to be manipulating the database to get to the record that needs to be deleted, either by search or by navigation, and then removing the record. Delete is relatively straightforward, and this is all we need to code is simply the delete button itself. And we're going to be looking at that. We're going to, again, we can only delete if there's something showing. So we're going to have this if statement in here. If int_rect pointer is greater than or equal to 0. If we have something out there, then we can go ahead and do this stuff and go through it all. The next thing we want to do, though, is we want to say, well, let's set up a message box, a yes/no message box first, and ask ourselves, are you sure you want to delete the current record? We don't want the user to just go in there and hit the button and say, oh, I screwed up. I didn't want to do that. So we want to give that chance to say, are you sure you want to delete the record? So we set up a message box, basically, that's going to do that for us with the yes/no buttons on it. So our string message will be, are you sure you want to delete the current record? The dialog is going to be yes and no. It'll be the yes/no buttons. And then we're going to put that thing into var result and apply that button to our screen. And it's going to show up on here. And then if the result, the dialog is a yes, we're going to be removing the data. Otherwise, we're going to send a message saying, label user message text, user canceled the delete operation. Notice we have a message box show, no record visible to delete. We're just staying on this screen here, and we're popping this message in there, letting them know that there is no message. So right in here is where we're going to actually work with. So if we do say yes to it, we go to the anything list, remove that int_rect pointer. It'll remove the structure from the anything list wherever the int_rect pointer is pointing to, whatever number that is, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on down the line. Well, they're going to take int_rect pointer and decrement it by 1 because we actually have 1 less inside our database now. In other words, we'll have less records in our database, 1 less. The label user message.text, record successfully deleted, will pop up on the screen for the user to understand that. Int record pointer is equal to a -1. We're not going to point anything anymore. We're going to stop pointing and let the user navigate back or do whatever they want to do. So we're going to set the int record pointer to nothing. We're not pointing at anything. Then we're going to display the record count and clear the text boxes, and that's basically it. We'll be using the label record count in here. We'll be using the label user message. We'll be using the button delete. Nothing else. That's all we're really using here. Yes, the navigation is going to take place here, but it's all part of navigation or search, which has already been coded. Well, navigation has been coded. We haven't coded search. In this case, we don't have to worry about it because our delete button does not interface any of those things. So all it looks at is the record number of records, the label user message, and the button delete. And of course, the pointer is interacting as well as looking at the pointer. That's all there is to it. So let's take a look at this. It's fairly straightforward. All we need to do is actually code the delete button. Where is the delete button? It's behind the cancel button. So we'll send this to the back. And there's our delete button. We'll now double click on it. And there it is ready for us to put in code. We can apply that whole batch of coding that we want here, that we saw on the slide, and place it right here. And now we've got our int_rect pointer is greater than or equal to 0. If that's true, then we're going to be doing all of this. Otherwise, we're going to say messagebox.show, no record visible to delete. If our record pointer is greater than or equal to 0, we've got a positive number in there, we'll set up our message box right here, And this section right here will be the if result of that message box. So we'll go into this. And if we say no, our label user message box text will be user cancel delete operation. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and the anything list, remove at int record pointer, decrement our count, record successfully deleted goes in the message box, int record pointer is equal to -1, we'll display the record count and clear our text box. That's really all we have to do. Let's go ahead and give this a shot and see what's going on here. I'll save this. And we have nothing here right now. We hit delete, nothing happens. No record visible to delete. That's good. That's actually working just fine. Let's load our database right now. There's our record. We have 3 records in the database. Go to the top one. We have Daffy, Elmer, and Tweety Bird. Let's add one so we've got one in there. And that gives us our 4th record in there. We can see what that record is by going to the bottom here. It's Foghorn Leghorn. He's sitting in there. 456 Coop, Bond City, and so on. Go back to our top. We've got our Daffy Duck, Elmer, and Tweety Bird. We're going to go ahead and take Elmer. We always pick on Elmer. We're going to go ahead and delete Elmer. Comes up with, are you sure you want to delete the current record? I'm going to say no. In that case, the user cancel the delete operation does pop up here. We're sitting there at Elmer P. Fudd, sitting there, so we can still navigate through nicely, and everything is just fine. This time we're going to go ahead and actually delete Elmer Fudd. We'll go ahead and delete it. Yes, we do want to delete it. Bang. Record successfully deleted. And so if we look down, our record count says 3. We go to our top, we see Daffy Duck. We go forward, we see Tweety Bird. Go forward again, we see Foghorn Leghorn. That's our 3 records right here. Now, if we ended up saving this, we wipe out the file that's already there and replace it with these particular 3 records. I'm not going to do that. I'm just simply going to exit the system and get out of here like that. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and add them back in. Load our file. Add our record. Now we've got it up there. We'll now go ahead and save that file. All 4 are actually there. Now we can go back here and delete Elmer if we wish to. We'll delete him and say yes, and he's gone. We can now look here. Daffy, Tweety, Foghorn. That's it. 3 records. But we're going to blow that away. We're going to get out, come back in again, and load. And then we have 4 records out there, all 4 we originally wanted. So that worked out very well. Delete's very easy to do. It would have been nice if we could just clear the file, and we'll do that next. We'll show how to do that. But this is delete in a nutshell. Well, delete was easy enough. Our next one, clearing the file, should be pretty easy as well. Thanks for watching. Visit the website when you get a chance. And please subscribe to the channel. There's more stuff coming every week. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.